Welcome everyone. Today we're taking a full look at Largo, the brand new hero in Dota 2. Let's start with Largo's first spell, Catchy Lick. This ability pulls a target toward you and applies a basic dispel. You can use it on both allies and enemies, and that's where it gets really interesting. When you pull an ally, you remove negative effects like slows, roots, and other debuffs, and for every buff or debuff you dispel, Largo gains bonus health regeneration for a few seconds. On enemies, the pull distance is shorter, but it deals solid damage, making it great for harassment, interrupting positioning, or dragging enemies slightly out of place. This spell is insanely useful for saving teammates, breaking enemy setups, and controlling fights early on. Just remember, it doesn't pierce spell immunity and can be blocked or reflected. Next up is Frog Stomp, Largo's main area control spell. Largo tosses a group of froglings into a target area, and they hit multiple times over a few seconds. Each instance deals magical damage, applies a small stun, and slows enemy movement speed. The damage stacks up fast, especially in the early and mid-game, and the repeated mini-stuns make it extremely annoying to play into. Now let's talk about Croak of Genius. This is a low-cost targeted buff that you cast on allied heroes. It's cheap, fast to cast, and meant to be used constantly in fights. While it looks simple, this ability plays a key role in amplifying your team's effectiveness, especially during prolonged engagements where every little advantage matters. Think of it as a supportive tempo spell. You keep your teammates empowered while setting up your bigger abilities. And now, let's dive into Largo's ultimate, Amphibian Rhapsody. This is where things get really interesting. When you activate it, Largo disarms himself and switches to a musical mode with 3 song abilities. Every time you successfully land a song, you gain a Grooven stack. Each stack gives you bonus armor and reduced mana cost for your song abilities. You can stack this up to 5 times, making Largo extremely tanky if you play it right. Each song has a unique effect, and the power of these songs scales with the level of your ultimate. Here's the breakdown of each song. The first song is providing spell amplification to your entire team, and also gives magic damage buff on attacks. This song boosts your team's damage output while making them more dangerous to enemies with magic-based abilities. The second song grants an aura that provides movement speed to your team. It also briefly increases slow resistance for your team. Perfect for repositioning, escaping, or chasing down enemies in fights. The third and final song is a healing aura to nearby allied heroes. It's a great way to sustain your team through extended engagements, keeping them alive even in the thick of battle. Each song provides unique benefits to your allies, and depending on the situation, you can pick the song that fits your team's needs. Whether you want more damage, mobility, or healing, Largo's ultimate has you covered. Pro tip: activate the right song at the right time to turn the tide of a fight. It's all about timing and strategy, and when used properly, Largo can carry the team to victory. Now let's talk about Aghanim's Scepter, because this upgrade is actually insane. With Aghanims, Largo can play 2 songs at the same time. Yes, 2 songs per beat. That means you can combine damage and movement, or healing and spell amplification depending on the fight. But it gets even better. Every time Largo plays 2 songs in 1 beat, he deals bonus magic damage to all nearby enemies. The damage scales with your Grooven stacks, dealing 50 base damage plus extra damage per stack. So the longer you stay in rhythm, the more armor you gain. The cheaper your songs become, and the more damage you deal just by existing in the fight. With Scepter, Largo turns into a walking teamfight aura machine, buffing allies, damaging enemies, and controlling the tempo of the fight all at once. Now let's look at Aghanim's Shard, and this one is all about value. Whenever Largo casts a unit targeted buff on an ally, he also gets the same buff himself. And here's the best part. If Largo targets himself, the buff is also applied to the nearest allied hero within cast range. Now let's move to the talent tree. At level 10, you get your first real choice. On one side, 2.5x Catchy Lick health regeneration. This turns Catchy Lick into a serious sustain tool, especially in longer fights and skirmishes. Great if you're playing more defensive, saving cores and staying alive forever. On the other side, plus 15 Frogstomp damage. This is the aggressive option, more lane pressure, more wave clear, and stronger early team fights. If you're supporting and playing for sustain, Regan is king. If you're fighting early, Frogstomp damage feels amazing. Level 15 is where Largo really starts to scale. You can choose plus 100 Catchy Lick cast range and plus 50 pull distance. This makes your saves and pulls way safer, you don't have to overextend. And you can reposition allies or enemies from much further away. Or you can go for Croak of Genius Max Health, DPS. This gives you percentage-based damage, which is huge against tanky heroes and strength cores. Range if you want safety and control. DPS if you want to melt beefy heroes. At level 20, the talents get spicy. You either pick 50% Grooven Armor Aura. This massively buffs your team's survivability. Your stacks now make your entire team much harder to kill in big fights. Or you go for plus 140 Catchy Lick damage. This turns Catchy Lick into a real nuke, making your pulls hurt a lot more. If your team needs to survive longer, Armor Aura. If you need more burst and pick off potential, extra damage. And finally, level 25, the game-changing talents. You can choose 2 Catchy Lick charges. This is insane for clutch moments. Double saves, double dispels, or double damage in one fight. Or you can go for plus 35% Amphibian Rhapsody song effects. This supercharges every song you play. More spell amp, more movement speed, more healing. Your auras become completely overwhelming. Double Catchy Lick for control and saves. Song effect bonus if you want to dominate teamfights with pure aura power. So to sum it all up, Largo is a high-impact support that thrives in extended fights. He brings dispels, repositioning, stuns, slows, armor, spell amplification, movement speed, and healing, all in one hero. His ultimate turns teamfights into controlled chaos. His Aghanim upgrades push his aura and song playstyle to another level. And his talent tree lets you adapt perfectly to whatever your team needs. He's not the easiest hero to master. But if you enjoy saving cores, enabling teamfights, and outplaying enemies with positioning and timing, Largo is absolutely worth learning. If you want more guides, builds, and tips for the new patch, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.